Good morning, everyone. So today we're getting ready to start our go-kart inspections. So we're going to go through safety, we're going to go through tires, we're going to go through gas, oil, check everything out on them. So we thought we'd bring you along, show you what it's all about, and we'll get to it. Hey Paul, what you working on?
Howdy, Bart. Just making sure the transfer case oil and the engine oil is all good. Nothing big. To check them, we pretty much just gotta take out this little dipstick, just like you. And then, pretty easy stuff. At the bottom, you can see the little hole for the oil, for the engine oil. All you gotta do is unscrew that. Make sure it's not too full. This one might have been a little too much, but should be fine. And yeah.
Hey Sam, what you working on?
Just checking the gas. So we take this and measure it to 6 inches. If it's below that, then we need to add more gas because Neil's really gassy. So that's what we're doing.
Cool. All right, so we're going to start doing the rest of the inspections on the go-karts. So come with me and I'll show you what we do. So we're going to look at the tires. We're going to make sure that they're not worn down too much. And we're going to check our D-rings, which are these here. So those absorb the impact of any crashes. We're going to make sure that our accelerator pedal is not stuck. That's a bad thing. We're going to make sure that our steering linkages work and everything is bolted on. We're going to check our seat belts, make sure those work. We're going to look at our frame, make sure we got no big cracks or any big bends or anything. We're going to check our brake pads, make sure those are good. And then we're going to do some track time, where we test the steering, where we check the brakes, and then that's the final test, and then we know that they're good to go. All right, so I'm starting to do the checks, and first thing we do, which we've gone through already, is check the oil levels in the transfer case and the engine. Those are all good. We checked our gas. That's all good. We'll make sure our gas cap has a valve, and the valve works. We've checked that. So I'm going to check that off. And that off. We're going to check the tires, make sure we have a dimple on each of them. That's our wear level. So we'll check those out. Those all look good. And then we're going to make sure our gas pedal moves freely. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to check our clutch belt for holes. That's these 3 guys over here. And we don't have any holes or tears or rips in that, so we're good there. We'll look at the condition of the frame, look for any cracks, anything that would be unsafe. Okay, so that's good. We're going to look at our brake pads here. Are they correctly mounted? Are the nuts still on the bolts? That side looks good. We'll check this one. That's all on there good. We make sure that these are straight so that our cover, which is over there, can come back on and sit properly, so that's good. We check our steering linkages, which are these guys. Make sure the nut is on there good. That one's fine. Let's have a look at this side. That one's fine too. And then we're going to look at our D-rings, which are these guys here, and make sure that they're bolted on. Nuts are on, and there's no big cracks in them. So we'll just walk around checking those out. And those are A-okay. So next is drive them on the track and test out the steering and the brakes. So we'll go through that with you. Okay, so now we're going to take the karts out onto the track where we test the steering and the brakes, and then just to see that nothing falls off. So that'll be the next step. And what we do to start the kart up is we have to turn the gas on. Little throttle here. Push that forward. We pull the choke back, and then we have to turn it on, and then I can pull the cord, and that'll start it.